Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I wanted to start out my very first video doing something that I've been loving over the past month, and that is how I did my makeup in high school. I've seen several beauty gurus do this. I'm not a beauty guru, but I have been wearing makeup for a long time, and so I wanted to do something that was fun and silly that showed you a little bit about myself. So here we go. I was a freaking hot mess. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but good Lord, I had trouble finding out who I was, where I fit in. I am a very kind of basic girl when it comes to makeup. And it's really funny because almost every single one of those challenge videos that I saw, I at least do one thing from that that's like a faux pas, you know? I started wearing makeup when I was about 13 or 14. And the only thing I had access to were these little samples because my grandma sold Avon. And I had so many to choose from, but the ones I gravitated towards were these like bright blue eyeshadows. I feel like that's like every kid's first eyeshadow. I would put it on with my fingers because I didn't have any tools. And I would put blue and then pink and then the brightest red or pink lipstick I could find. So then I got into glitter. When I was in junior high, there was nothing more popular than glitter. Glitter everywhere, glitter head to toe. It was insane. These were, this is a Stila glitter stick, but I grabbed it because it looked almost identical to what I used to wear. There were these little tubes that had roller balls on them, and they were like a coppery kind of gold glitter. When I was 14, I started working at a flea market, and my checks were very, very small, so they would cash it for me. And on my way out of the flea market, I would pretty much spend my entire paycheck in one day. And I bought a ton of these things. I would do it on my eyes, on my upper eyelids, on my lips, on my cheekbones, down here on my neck. I was shiny. This was like a staple in junior high. Lip smackers. Lip smackers lip gloss. Holy crap. Like instant memories. It just always looked like your lips were slobbery. I'm gonna demonstrate here. Holy crap. That takes me back. I did not stop at 1 or 2 layers. I would just sit there and slather it on until my lips were just like so shiny. Then I entered the world of high school. Of course, the #1 staple was this foundation. I dug this up from the depths of my makeup case. CoverGirl's Clean Makeup Foundation. Now, I did not know how to test shades, so I just grabbed the one that I thought would look the best and decided, you know what, I'm gonna give it a go. So we'll see how this goes. Now, when I was a teenager, there was no such thing as brushes. We didn't have brushes. We didn't have cool beauty blenders. We had these little cosmetic wedges. I'm gonna dab some of this awesome foundation on here. Oh my gosh. We're gonna give it a go. Now, I would rub this in all over except for my neck. Apparently, I thought you don't need to cover your neck up. I don't know why. And then what is CoverGirl foundation without CoverGirl pressed powder? I'm gonna level with you here. I've been using this pretty much since I was like 15, and I stopped about a month ago. I didn't realize the miracle of not pressed powder. Not saying that there's anything wrong with this, but you have options. Doing these awesome faces in front of a camera is a sight. Makeup was not as cool as it is today. We didn't have nearly the amount of things that you did. First of all, nobody cared about your brows. They were just there. Number 2, primer. There was no such thing. So what I would do for an eyelid primer, because my eyelids would always soak up the color. This is not exactly what I used to wear, but I found a similar one. It's this silver eyeliner pencil. I would cover my entire eyelids with this and then apply my eyeshadow. Now that my primer is complete, I thought that you had to match your eyeshadow to the clothes you were wearing. It Don't know why. These are an eyeshadow palette. This one is from e.l.f. But I had one pretty much similar to this that I would get for Christmas every year that had a plethora of eyeshadows that you would like never go through in a million years, but you had options. So since I'm wearing like a gray color, we're gonna go for gray eyeshadow. Our little popular eye wands. Again, no brushes. We didn't have brushes. We had these little bad boys that would break off or lose. Look at that pigment, holy crap. Now when I tell you that I was very basic, I'm very basic. So I didn't know about blending. I didn't know about contouring. That was not a thing. I thought 2 shadows were all I needed. One for the bottom, one for the top. So of course, we go with a very bright pink to offset the silver. My eye pencil that was silver that I filled in, not only did I use it to fill in, but I also used it as eyeliner. And then of course my ever popular, which they still make to this day, CoverGirl eyeliner with smudge. I felt so awesome at makeup, let me tell you, that I had a smudge brush and I knew how to use a smudge brush. Oh man, I would apply this to the waterline of my eyes. Now for mascara, I would always use one kind and one kind only, but when I went to the store today, they were out. I always use the Maybelline Great Lash, you know, the pink tube with the green lid. Today I'm using a Rimmel Scandalize, which is kind of a similar formula. So when I did my mascara, apparently I didn't think that the lower lashes needed anything. I just left them alone. And one of the last things I would do, of course, is blush. I'm gonna take a little bit of this and rub it on the apples of my cheeks. And there you go. That was my makeup look in high school. But no look could be complete without the hair, of course. And I always had a special little style I like to do. Now when I was in high school, one of the coolest things that came out was a hair straightener. I have like crazy curly hair that's super frizzy, and when straighteners came out, it changed my world. Oh my gosh, let me tell you. I went from having really insane frizzy hair to sleek and manageable, and I felt like a movie star. So I would have my hair straightened. I would take a normal curling iron. I would take a strand of hair and I would curl it, and I would curl it in a ringlet. There we go. There's one little perfect ringlet, but I wouldn't stop there. I would grab little sections all over my hair in a complete circle and do it all around, so I had random ringlets all over my hair. You know, I'm not really hating it. I have not done this for so long. So there you go. That is how I did my makeup in high school. It was so fun getting to do this and hanging with you guys. I hope you check back for more videos. If you'd like, there's a subscribe button at the bottom. I'm going to put out a few videos a week, so I hope to see you back.